An LM Communications broadcasting station. Buckle up. The Wildcat Drive starts now. Lines are open at 859-381-1313. Now here's Matthew and Jimmy.
Okay, here we go. Welcome in, Wildcat Drive on a Monday. And it's finally here, the big dance. We've been waiting for this for quite a while.
The biggest dance.
Oh, right. I don't know why they say the big dance. It's the biggest dance. Hi, Jimmy.
Hello, Matthew.
Before we get started here on Wildcat Drive, congratulations to you. Well, to you, but mostly to Bree.
Yeah. I did a lot of work.
No, you didn't.
Nah.
And I'm not going to let you get away with stuff, I'm telling you. My god-granddaughter, Bryn, was born on Thursday last week.
She was.
At 6:52 in the morning. See, I know. I have all my facts.
Like a steel trap up there.
Yeah. Mother and baby are doing great. And that's the best news of all. We don't care if Jimmy's doing great or he's not doing great.
My back's still a little sore from
I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
Shoulder.
Everybody that listens to us on Wildcat Drive and before that on the Matthew and Jimmy show has known about this event for a very long time, including why you weren't here last Thursday and Friday. And I can't tell you how many people have said to me at my stops around town, Kroger and all the places I go, either asking about whether Bree had the baby or how you're doing, or so. You should know a lot of people care. Not so much about you, but about Bryn and the baby.
Yeah. It means a lot knowing that just other people are just even people that are just curious about it. It means a lot that we had people thinking about us and thinking about Bree and James and baby Bryn.
Yeah.
So it's been a whirlwind. There was so much that happened over the week. Thankfully, when we were at the hospital, a lot of the time, Bryn, they just sleep.
Right.
And so I was able to put some of the games on and semi-focus on it in between family coming in and out. But it was just I didn't know what day it was when we were home. Yesterday, I kept thinking it was either Friday or I didn't know what was going on.
You had an excuse. I'm like that normally.
Yeah, well.
I don't know what. I know today's Monday because we had quite a weekend here and quite a night last night with the selection show. There is so much to get to. And by the way, today on Wildcat Drive at 4:30, Bill Bender of the Sporting News, and we will get into the brackets with Bill, who does a great job, not only with college football during college football season, but now with obviously basketball and brackets, and in tandem with our friend Mike DeCourcy at the Sporting News, who they both do a great job. At 5 today, as you know, if you live around here, the girls' Sweet 16 ended yesterday with state champion George Rogers Clark. Just this Sweet 16, girls and boys, which the boys is this week, of course, starting on Wednesday, is unlike any high school tournament anywhere because there are no divisions. It's 16 teams playing for a state championship. And it is fantastic. And so congratulations to George Rogers Clark. I've been following during the season Kennedy Stamper, who plays for GRC. These girls are amazing. Coach is amazing. All of them are amazing. But Kennedy had a great year. And, you win a high school championship in Kentucky, boy, does it mean a lot for the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah.
It means a lot. That happened yesterday. But we were watching the final games at Embassy Suites in Lexington Green yesterday, and then did our show from 5 to 6 pre-bracket reveal yesterday. And we were guessing who was going to do what. We did have a couple of people who guessed correctly. Scott Hamilton said we would play Santa Clara. He was right. And, of course, we haven't been on the air. Well, you haven't been since last Wednesday, I guess. But we all know what happened Friday in the SEC tournament when we lost to Florida. I don't want to go over that game again. Seriously.
It does feel like that was like when I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what are we talking about? And then I was like, do we talk about the Florida? It felt like there's so much that's happened since then. Because it's not like, oh, we got another game.
Well, right. Yes. It's not just that we lost to Florida on Friday. It's now we don't even care. The only thing that matters now is who are we playing? What seed did we get?
Yeah, that's
7
conference tournament.
Right. 7. Who are we playing? Santa Clara, and we'll get into them in a minute. And where are we playing? St. Louis. That's the only thing we care about now. And I'll say, when we get by Santa Clara, and peeps listening, it's not as cut and dried as you think it is, okay? For everybody that's going, come on, Santa Clara, come on.
They are it's early, but they are one of the trendy underdogs. Right
I
now.
watched.
John Fanta posted a video. He picked Santa Clara.
I watched 3 shows this morning, and the talking heads on all 3 shows picked Santa Clara.
Which, if you're a Kentucky fan, to me, that makes you feel more confident because the trendy upset pick almost always misses.
Right.
There's one every single year. Last year, I think Drake was one of the teams that, I think they won a couple games, but they were one of the teams where people were saying, hey, they're going to make an Elite 8 run.
Right.
And they didn't. So those trendy ones, you kind of want to go, well, okay.
Absolutely.
So if you're Big Blue Nation, it's got to make you feel good that everyone's picking against you. All right, good.
Well, and it's also, as we've seen, works a lot of the time. It's good bulletin board material.
Oh, yeah.
Because the guys know who's talking about what.
Even though they say they don't.
Yeah, they do. And by the way, the head coach at Santa Clara is somebody I am very familiar with. Herb Sendek is the head coach who was here as an assistant under Rick Pitino from 89 to 93. I got to know him when he was the head coach at North Carolina State. More importantly, and he's a wonderful man, Herb Sendek. He's a really good coach, but he's a wonderful man. His wife, Melanie, it was even better than he is. The two of them, their whole family, and his little girls, I'm sure they're probably like
grown.
Yeah. Well, they are, I'm sure. Anyway, Herb Sendek is the head coach at Santa Clara. There's a little UK tie there. Do we really care? I guess some people around here do. We have 2 former head coaches at the University of Kentucky who both won their conference tournament championships. One being, as we know, Rick Pitino and St. John's. And the other being...
the one that doesn't care about the SEC tournament. Ironic, isn't it? That's all we heard.
Do we have that sound? There must be sound that we could get.
Oh, you mean after every year that Kentucky was eliminated?
That's
the last
what I mean.
Decade?
How sometimes we do top calls and we get sound, and I'm sure there's that one where Cal said, we don't really care about this tournament. The one we care about is...
We're focused on playing Oakland. Oh.
Right. Oh. Cheap one, Jimmy. Come on. Arkansas, I really thought Vandy was going to win that game. It actually was a great game, Arkansas and Vanderbilt. So Arkansas is the SEC champion. Okay, great.
How about Ole Miss, though?
Pig suey.
Having a random SEC tournament run.
Boy, did I want them to win.
That's the crazy part. Like, just within all of these games, and then for Vandy to do what they did against Florida. I mean, that was they handled. I mean, 91-74.
Yeah. When I turned that game on, I couldn't believe what the score was. It was in the second half, and I went, "What? Wait a minute, what?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, Florida was destined to lose.
And I think,
one game.
You have to look at it, and this is just, if you're a fan of Florida or that team, good, get the loss out of the way now.
Mm-hmm.
What were they going to do, win 20 games in a row in the year? Come on. You got to lose one, and then you go, good, now we're confident. They got punched in the mouth, taste of blood.
Yeah, they all say that.
Yeah. You get bounced in the face.
And they won when you don't win the tournament championship, but you win the regular season, you say, I don't care about we won the regular season.
That takes the
How
work.
many games did we have to win to do that? That's what counts.
And they'll also say clearly it affected Florida. Oh, they're the 1 seed.
Yeah.
Or one of the 1 seeds. So.
Right. Ole Miss beat Bama and that guy that I love, Nate Oates, and you know how. By the way, I got interrupted. At 5 o'clock, Carolyn Mikauskis, who did a great job covering the girls' Sweet 16 at Rupp, she will join us at 5 o'clock to talk about it. And at 5:30, Ravi Moss, our guy, will speak to him about the Cats and how he thinks we're shaping up as we get ready. Now, we play Friday this week at 12:15 is the tip time, supposedly. And that's good because that means it'll start right at about 12:15.
Yeah.
From St. Louis. So, again, we hope they don't have jet lag, but they're going to have enough time.
Something interesting, though, that is a 9:15 local tip time for Santa Clara. So, Kentucky, it's an hour behind, but Santa Clara being on West Coast time. So, maybe slow start. I don't know.
No, it's only 2 hours difference.
Yeah. But it's 11:15 St. Louis time, which would be 9:15 California time.
Yeah.
So
you're confusing me with all the 12:15
daylight
and 9:15
saving,
and now just stop.
So I don't know if that's just what you can kind of
stop it. They don't care.
We have 5 days though until the game. You got to find some things to break down, and will that really impact you?
We'll wait till after the game to hear what Herb Sendek said. For us, it was 9:15.
But this is what Kentucky needs because we know how slow they start. So you're facing a team right when they're normally waking up.
Good point.
That's,
Good point. Excuse me. Okay. Here is the breakdown. The SEC has 10 teams in the NCAA tournament. That's the most, as we figured it would be. The Big Ten had 9. The ACC and Big 12 had 8 teams each. Florida and Arkansas are the two, obviously, now big teams because, let's face it, Kentucky is not with the two of them. They're just not.
No.
I got to say this. I know people may not want to hear it. I can see Arkansas making a deep run in this tournament.
They've got a guy, and what do you need?
Not only a guy,
well,
Darius Acuff, who is, to me and to most people, top 4 player in the country, wherever you want to put him. This kid, Brazil? Are you kidding me? I say a kid. I don't know how a 6'9" guy could be a kid. Even if he's 12.
Yeah.
And Billy Richmond, these guys that we know about at UK because of Calipari, Billy Richmond is a monster. Hitting threes in that game and then dunking on people every other time down the court. They're really good, Arkansas. Yeah. Okay, enough about them. Why'd you bring them up, Jimmy?
Sorry, I won't do it.
I don't want to talk about them. Anyway. Now, okay, Bill Bender, Carolyn Mikauskis. Oh, now I'm going to say something. People pay attention right now, as if you haven't been since we went on the air. Wednesday at 4:30 in our studio right here. Jimmy will be here. Are you going to wear your girl dad hat, you think? Probably not on Wednesday.
Probably not. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I'm proud of it.
Okay. Jimmy will be here. I will be here. Lynn Martin, the owner of our LM Communications Media Group, will be in our studio, as will Dr. Eli Capilouto, the president of the University of Kentucky, will be here in our studio speaking with Lynn and Jimmy and myself. We have a variety of things, obviously, we're going to talk to him about. This is an exclusive interview, people, for Wildcat Drive and for ESPN Sports Radio 92.5 and 1300 AM. Here's what we'd like you to do, and you can start right now. 859-381-1313. 859-381-1313 is the number for you to text questions you would like answered, or a question, by Dr. Capilouto.
And you can text these questions in, and we're not guaranteeing that we're going to ask them, but as long as they are questions that are suitable to ask the president when he's in studio, we'll take anything you've got, because we're kind of like a voice for you, everyone listening. We have the ability to ask the question. So we're curious what's on your mind. Like, what if you could have one chance to ask him a question?
Right.
What do you want to ask? What do you want to know? Could be anything.
859-381-1313, and be respectful, people.
Yeah, you're presenting a question to us that you would ask him face to face, not Twitter fingers behind the phone.
Right.
Which all of you think, oh no, I'd ask it. No, you wouldn't. Shut up. No, you wouldn't. Your little question you wouldn't say.
Right. You can start right now.
Yeah.
And again, it's Wednesday at 4:30, and this is a very big deal. There is obviously, so much going on with the university athletics. For example, we just had Mitch Barnhart resign, move to a new position. We hired a new football coach, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah.
How about that? Dr. Capilouto has been the president for 15 years here at UK. And he has seen a lot of changes and a lot of things going on. And we can't wait to talk to him. So again, 859-381-1313. Text us a question that you might have if you had a chance to ask it of Dr. Capilouto. You know, Jimmy, how I always talk about Kroger is my... Remember when Cal here, he always used to have coffee and donuts in the morning?
Yeah.
And people would come up, and he was there every day and whatever. Yeah. Kroger, as I always say, is my place. People come up to me and talk to me there all the time because I'm there 3 times a day. It's across the street from my house. And people know me, or they hear me talking to somebody, and they go, "You're Matthew Lawrence from ESPN." Yes, I am. So when we found out that we were going to be have the ability to take texts to ask questions of Dr. Capilouto, every time for the last 3 days that I went up to Kroger, either somebody came up to me because they were listening to the show and we were talking about it, or they heard commercials that have been playing saying Dr. Capilouto would be here. And they would come up and say something to me about it. Yesterday, I was in the gas station I go to over there, and I was in line. There were a few people in front of me in line. And a gentleman came up behind me wearing every possible UK article of clothing you could have on. A hat, a hoodie, sweatpants, white and blue sneakers. Now, this guy, I said to him, "You ready for the tournament? Is that what's going on here?"
Not change until it happens.
Yeah. And this was before bracketology started. So I turned around to him. We talked a little bit. And I said to him, if you had the opportunity to ask Dr. Capilouto a question, I said, do you know who he is, right? He said, of course I do. He got actually, I think, a little mad at me that I would ask him. I said, what would you want to ask him? And I think this will be the thing a lot of people want to talk about. His answer, he said to me, was, I want to find out about exactly what the JMI deal with the university really means. Mm-hmm. Because if you're into UK and sports, you know that this deal was struck between the university and JMI Sports. And there's been things written and said about it, but most people don't understand the basics of it. He said, that's what I would ask him to explain it to me. I would say I talked to 10 people over the weekend, and 9 of them, that was what they answered to me. We'll certainly talk to him about that, and he'll explain it, to us. Yeah. I want to find out about what the process was of hiring Will Stein. People are really interested in that too. Yeah. Like how much of an impact did Dr. Capilouto have in there? How does he feel about it? Those kinds of things. I also have a couple of non-athletic questions that I want to ask him. I'm not going to say what they are, but I've been thinking about these things in my mind a lot.
Start spinning.
Oh yeah, So anyway, we are very excited to have Dr. Capilouto here. Now, it is a big week. Tomorrow is the start of I don't care what people say, it's not Thursday. The NCAA tournament starts tomorrow in Dayton with the first 4.
Just a little appetizer.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Something you can use toothpicks with. You don't need actual silverware.
No, just an
appetizer.
Yeah. That's finger foods.
You had to look like you didn't understand what a toothpick was for. I'm explaining. Yeah, look, you got a lot on your mind.
No, I use them to get the wax out of my ears, like everybody else does.
That's not what I meant. Yeah. Okay. You have an appetizer in your ear now?
Yeah.
I thought I knew you. Anyway, we have 4 games tomorrow. Now, we will talk. By the way, we have Jimmy printed it out. I saw it today.
2 tomorrow, 2 Wednesday.
2 tomorrow and 2 Wednesday. But we have the bracket here. Have you filled out? You haven't yet.
No.
I've
glanced at it. I've had a couple rough drafts in my head.
I know, but I love how immediately within 10 minutes, ESPN had 5 million brackets already done.
I opened up my ESPN app just right after, and I think the number was at, like you said, like 5.5 million.
Yeah.
No.
People are right. They've been waiting for a long time.
First of all, it's stupid because you can't put one of these 16 seeds to go win it all till they play.
Good point.
So,
good point.
I'm hoping my golden retrievers pull it off tomorrow. UMBC. Yeah.
Who do they play?
Howard.
Oh. I love these first 4 games.
As a 16 seed, they had an upset, I don't even know how, it might have been a decade ago, but they were a 16 seed that won. I forget who they beat, but it was the Golden Retrievers. I was like, that's my favorite team now because best logo in sports, Golden Retriever.
Duh. Yeah. Bentley agrees
Airbud's their starting point guard.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
He's quick. We printed out this bracket, which is the complete bracket. Everything. Teams, seeds, dates, days, times, and records. The whole thing. I can't really read it. It's so small to print the whole thing.
But it is the most informative of all of them.
The only one you need for but it's so small. I might have to get a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Normally, I don't have a problem, right? I read stuff. I don't have a problem. All right, shall we talk, just you and me, about the road for our Wildcats?
Yeah, it's
Santa Clara And then we will play the winner, and this is where we might, if we get by Santa Clara, we might have a little problem here. Iowa State is playing Tennessee State in the first round. I'm going to assume Iowa State will win that game. That's the 2-15. Although we have had 15 seeds beat 2 seeds in the NCAA tournament. So our road would include Iowa State. In the same bracket, in the same part of the bracket, is Tennessee is the 6th seed. The winner of SMU and Miami of Ohio will be the 11th seed. That's one of the first 4 games. Also, Virginia plays Wright State. So it could be what we're looking at in the second round is, let's say Tennessee will be playing, that's our Red Hawks, Jimmy. They got to play SMU.
I know.
I hope I have nothing
Underdogs, too.
I have nothing against SMU. I really don't.
I do. They cheated all those years ago.
Well, that was Eric Dickerson in football in the 80s.
Miami, Ohio would never.
Well, they would never have to because they don't. Anyway, I won't get into it with you. I hope. I'm going to say Tennessee is going to play Miami of Ohio in the second round.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can assume Tennessee would move on there. I'm going to assume Virginia is going to move on. I'm going to say Kentucky will beat Iowa State.
I'm looking
at the Sweet 16.
Last year, there were no 15-2 upsets. It was very chalky last year. 4 1 seeds in the Final Four. So you got to think this year, just by law of averages, some weird stuff's going to happen. And
right.
I believe 2 years ago was when we had quite a few either 15-2 upsets, those upsets. So there were none last year. So maybe Kentucky could get a bone thrown to them when we get a Tennessee State. Tough ball club down there. Tough ball club, those Tennessee State fighting Tennesseans.
Tennesseans, right.
Yeah. One matchup, though, I am interested, Georgia and St. Louis. St. Louis did not get the draw to play in St. Louis. They're going up to Buffalo.
Well, of course they can't.
Yeah.
But everybody, the 2 teams, everybody had. Before we get Bill Bender, I have to talk about this. We always talk, especially me, about bracketology and Joe Lunardi and Bart Torvik, and now there are all these websites that have been doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what Joe Lunardi did?
No.
Are you ready?
I think so.
68 out of 68 teams. He was right.
Okay.
At-large teams, 37 out of 37. Every at-large team. The exact seed for him to predict, 57 out of 68. Now that's
pretty good.
But the seed lines, plus or minus 1 seed either way, 67 of 68.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
This wasn't his first rodeo, you're saying?
That is remarkable. And there are plenty, our friend Bob Valvano talked about it on Twitter today. Way to go, Joe Lunardi. Because I'm always the one that said he's been doing it the longest, and I give him props for being the first. But Bart Torvik now, that is incredible.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
This would be like a Mel Kiper getting 32 for 32 on his mock draft.
Right. Absolutely.
Because you have to think some of those, it's all a given. Like, of course, you're going to pick the teams, but to be that close on all the seeds,
do you know the top? Too. Well, we really even, when Florida lost and UConn lost and this one, okay, Duke, Arizona, Michigan lost.
Yeah.
Those the top line, and probably the 2.
Yeah.
But all the rest of them, 68 out of 68.
Yeah.
And at 37 of 37 at-large bids. when nobody else, well, Auburn's going to get in and the Red Hawks aren't going to get in. And anyway, way to go, Joe.
Good on you.
All right, we're going to take a break, and our buddy Bill Bender of the Sporting News will join me and Jimmy. I'm very glad to have you back, Jimmy. I'll just say that.
It's good to be
Not back. That Sean was fine to work, and we had pregame shows, and we had last week was really something at the end of the week. Anyway, I don't want to get all mushy with you.
We got plenty of help at home, so it's not like I'm just ditching
No,
it.
he didn't ditch Bryn and Bree and James.
Yeah.
There's, what do you got, 30 people there at the house taking care of everything?
5 extra.
That's enough.
So, we only have so many couches.
5 extra.
So, yeah, 10 extra hands.
If anybody has an extra cot, you can lend Jimmy. This is ESPN 92.5 and 1300 AM. It's Wildcat Drive.
Hey, y'all, it's Josh.
And Greg from Hicks & Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
You know, we've heard other firms are soliciting folks out of the blue after an accident.
$50.64 per thousand finance. 2025 Q5 Quattro 2.9% APR for 72 months. $15.19 per thousand finance. 2025 A5 Quattro 2.9% APR for 72 months. $14.75 per thousand finance. Not all will qualify. Subject to credit approval by Wells Fargo. Offer ends 3/31/2026.
Save big money now at Menards. Stand up to life's messes with Great Lakes Vinyl Plank Flooring. Its beautiful wood designs are durable and easy to install. Plus, it's pet-friendly, waterproof, and has a sound-reducing attached pad for added comfort. Don't wait to finish your projects. Update your spaces with Great Lakes Legends Vinyl Plank Flooring. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Brad Taylor, ESPN Radio. Want to win a trip to Las Vegas? All you got to do is beat Brad's brackets. Go to ESPNLex.com after the brackets are announced and fill out your bracket. If your bracket beats my bracket, you're in the running for a 3-night getaway to the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. The prize includes a $500 airline gift card, luxury airport limo service, a day bed at Stadium Swim, and drink vouchers at Legacy Club. Beat Brad's brackets, win Las Vegas. For rules, go to ESPNLex.com.
Kentucky sports live and local. This is Wildcat Drive with Matthew and Jimmy.
Welcome back. I'm having a little trouble with my throat, Jimmy. This happens on live radio. Just happens. I took a swallow of something and wrong pipe, and I can't believe it's happening when Bill Bender is joining us from the Sporting News. He's a big deal, Jimmy.
You think that's what it was, though?
I don't know, maybe I got a little choked up or something, but I spent the whole break coughing. This is great. Hello, Bill Bender.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on. And, I mean, you can get through this segment, right? You're going to be all right.
To be honest, I really can't tell you. I don't know. So I'll apologize right now if I start coughing in the middle of an answer you're giving me or Jimmy, because it could happen. This is live radio. You know this. You do live radio all the time.
Yeah, you almost had a live radio moment when my wife came in here. We're in traffic hour taking my daughter to dance, and they were outside yelling at each other. I had nothing to do with it, so I had to press the mute button, but I remembered we were on break. So we got lucky there.
Oh, okay. Although we love stuff like that on live radio.
Real life, we could pick sides.
We do.
My daughter will probably tell you her side is always right. But yeah, we had an interesting day in the house yesterday. It was a long weekend of basketball. Obviously, the bracket's out. The only opening thing I would say is we got all, I think Mike DeCourcy did too. I think we both got all the teams right. His bracket was probably had the lines a little bit right. But I'm going to protest and say there's no way St. John's should be a number 5. I'll start there. That was one of the worst seedings. You sweep the Big East tournament and the regular season, and they give you a 5. I mean, what are we doing?
Unbelievable.
Do you, just kind of piggybacking off of that, I don't think this would happen. If it's not already, I've just never seen it, but I feel like it would get more attention if it did. I feel like we should do the same thing with the college football playoff committee, with the selection committee. I feel like they should have to go in front of a podium and answer some questions, and not like getting grilled, but just, hey, what was your thought process? How did St. John's ends up as a 5 seed? Why don't we have something like that? I feel like it could do nothing but help the selection committee to where people wouldn't be as mad because they understand what the mindset is and what the thought process is with all the seeding.
For sure. And I think the 68 teams are right. So we're good there because the bubble was so lousy that like we didn't put Auburn in. San Diego State would have been the one that I was like, had they flipped them in Texas, I'd have been like, all right, that's fine. You know what I mean? But I think we just rest so much on the spreadsheet, basically. We look at the quadrants, we look at the net rankings, we're starting to look at WAB, and we're just like, those are the numbers. There's nothing you can do about it. They did move Purdue up to the number 2 line. They did move Arkansas up the line, but it doesn't value things like my other biggest gripe is Miami shouldn't be playing in a first 4 game. It just totally demeans what they did in the regular season. I mean, at least just give them a straight up 6-11 game.
That one was a real head scratcher to me when I saw that one. There was another one also, and this had to do with where they were put. They put the Tar Heels, if I'm not mistaken, in, I think they're playing in Greenville, South Carolina. Is that right, Jimmy?
They are.
At the bracket. Yeah.
They are.
That's like a home game for them. How did they put them in that region? It's not like they're a 1 seed or a 2 seed or even a 3 seed. At that seed where they get to go just to South Carolina, and, I have certain feelings about the Tar Heels, so I'm a little,
Well, you can just assume when North Carolina and Duke are in the tournament and there's a Greenville pod, that's where they're going. I mean, whether it's there or Charlotte. But, North Carolina they have a tough first-round matchup. Playing a really good VCU team that's hot at the right time. Hadn't lost like 1 game since January. Another team, by the way, that they were saying, well, if they lose the A-10 championship, they're not in. Why? They won 27 games. What? It's exactly the opposite of how I am during football season. Is if you won 28 to 30 games out of a mid-major, you've probably done enough to get in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Jimmy, you look like you had a question there.
Well, I was just going to see if you have, in looking at the bracket, Bill, do you have a trendy upset that you like? Just, off first glance.
Not for Jimmy to bet on, Bill.
No, absolutely not.
Like
but when we were talking about the Kentucky Santa Clara game, and that is what now a 7-10. It's not like you're not picking a 14 and a 3. But Santa Clara, I've seen, is a team that a good bit of people are saying, hey, this is an upset to be ahead of. Do you have one that has caught your eye?
That game has my eye. I don't know if Santa Clara is going to beat them, but they have my attention because they're going to take a lot of shots with Herb. You know, obviously he's been coaching a long time. They're going to shoot a lot of threes, and they're going to take their swing at it. You know, the 5-12 line's probably where the upsets are as usual. I kind of like Akron against Texas Tech. Now, Texas Tech is going to have to be cold from three-pointer to make that happen. I like McNeese again against Vanderbilt. I mean, those are the kind of the 2-12 seeds. And then the other one I'm keeping an eye on, I don't know if I'll pull it on my bracket, but High Point's got a lot of transfers. They score a lot of points, and they can get up and down. And, you know, they won't be afraid to do that with Wisconsin. So, and again, there's a team that won 30 games. So we'll all be Googling High Point maybe in the second half of that game.
Wow. All right, let's focus a little bit more, if we can, on, obviously, it's Wildcat Drive, on the Kentucky-Santa Clara game. Talk to us a little bit about that game and about the if we get by Santa Clara, which is not a given, then there's this team called Iowa State, I think, waiting for us in the second round.
Mm-hmm.
Not so easy.
Well, I think that entire bracket that Kentucky's in, everybody can score.
Yeah.
Right? There are 6 teams in that bracket that rank in the top 10 in scoring offense. I think if Kentucky gets by Santa Clara, and I think they will, I'll pick them to win. You get into the Iowa State game, then you got to play, there's a team that they're a lot like Houston. That's why that Houston and them are always seated high, is because they play tough defense. They're going to limit possessions. They've got the best three-point shooter in the nation. So you throw all that together, and, they would be a tough out in the second round.
Have you already filled out your official bracket, and do you have a winner? And did it change than what you kind of thought, my kind of an idea going into it? Like, hey, I think it's going to be Florida or a Michigan or one of those. Or did it change once the bracket came out and you saw the matchups?
Yeah, Mike DeCourcy and I both filled out our brackets yesterday for Sporting News. They're up, and he picked Arizona to win it, I believe. And then last year we were very similar. So this year, a little bit different. I've got Michigan winning. It's a bit of a Big Ten homer pick, but I still think their home run swing is better than everybody else's. And I know they don't have LJ Kaysen, and I know they lost the game yesterday, but I think that height, and they got put in a bracket where, they'll get out and run with you. They'll be fine with that. So Duke, Arizona, Michigan, Illinois in the Final Four. Now, there's a little bit of Big Ten homer there. But Illinois, if they ever just put it all together, and that's a big if, I think they can make a run in the South.
I will say, though, Michigan's first matchup could potentially be against UMBC, the Golden Retrievers, back in 2018.
Jimmy loves that.
They beat the number 1 overall seed, Virginia. So, I mean, last year was pretty chalky. Do you think, just kind of piggybacking off of that, because it was so chalky last year, 4 1 seeds, do you think it can happen again? Do you think we're set to regress a little bit where we'll have some more upsets maybe in the first round?
I hope we do. And I think there are always going to be first-round upsets. But like we were talking about last year, when you have to sell John Calipari and 10-seeded Arkansas as Cinderella, I mean, come on. That's the best we can do. I think there's been a lot of articles written about how NILs maybe killed Cinderella in some ways, and it's probably true. So, but the second we say that and we start picking chalk is when it gets wild. But I will say, had Michigan closed that out yesterday, you would have had 3 number 1 seeds that were going for the Triple Crown. It's very rare to have a team win the regular season, win the conference tournament, then go win the national championship. And here are Duke and Arizona with an opportunity to do that. And that's why if I was I picked Michigan. If I wasn't picking them, I would probably go Arizona next. they're a complete team around Tommy Lloyd. But can we trust Arizona? They haven't won a national title since 1997.
Yeah, well, they haven't had this team. That's how I feel. I mean, personally, I think it's going to be Arizona. It wouldn't surprise me if Michigan won it. As great a year as Duke has had, they're not winning the national championship. I don't think.
Well, the injuries play a role, right? When you lose your point guard, I think it was gutty how they won the ACC tournament with 7 guys basically playing.
Yeah.
And Cameron Boozer is the best player in college basketball. But can you sustain that over 6 games in the tournament? That would be very difficult.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Arizona, to your point.
They have a tough road, too. I mean.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. That bracket is ridiculous.
It's a joke. And they're the number 1 overall seed. I mean, you would think they would get, a little bit easier, but not so.
Well, here's the comparison, right? There are 4 national championship coaches in that bracket.
Yeah.
In Kentucky's bracket, there are only 2 coaches that have been to the Final Four. Nate Oates with Alabama and Dusty May, but that was with FAU. I mean, that bracket's unbelievable. It's almost like, do you think they're just messing with us?
That's pretty funny.
Again, that could be, going back to my first question, that would be a great question for the committee to answer. Like, hey, did you guys just not even think about that? Yeah. And you just go, oh, oops. Oh, our bad. We kind of didn't think about that.
But here's the thing, Bill, and we always talk, I said in the beginning of the show, talking about having you on and how much Jimmy and I love the sporting news and you and Mike DeCourcy and the 2 of you. I saw a tweet earlier today about not only from you guys at Sporting News, from many people talking about what a great job this committee did with this tournament. I think a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah, I still think we got all the right teams in. There's plenty to be had about analysis. You hope for a couple surprises. If we all got the bracket completely right every year, it would be pretty boring job.
Yeah. I mean,
I like being wrong.
All that would mean is we won some money. And that's how Jimmy and I think about it. We don't really care about the basketball.
No, and you enjoy the games and you go through it, and it'll be a lot of fun. And I promise tomorrow, Sporting News, it's our 140th anniversary tomorrow. So we've got a lot of good content coming tomorrow. I think you guys are going to enjoy it.
Oh, this is going to be great. And the amazing thing is you and DeCourcy both look great for being 140. I think you two really you're doing a good job.
Man, Mike was great last night. He was texting our editor in between his TV segments. He's better looking on TV than I am, but he did a fantastic job as well. We had a good time.
Whatever. I texted him earlier and asked if he could join me and Jimmy this week, and pretty much everything I asked him, he said he had a corporate thing he had to do or this and that. By the way, Jimmy, Mike DeCourcy is going to join us next Monday.
A little more relaxed.
Yes, so we'll have 2 Sporting News guys next Monday. Have a great tournament week this first week, and we can't wait to talk to you next week, Bill. You know how much we love having you on. We're so grateful. Thanks, pal.
I appreciate it. Good luck filling out the brackets. I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
Thanks, Bill. And happy birthday to the Sporting News. Send our best wishes. The card's in the mail.
Oh, boy. That's amazing. 140 years. Holy cow.
Pretty old.
Well, you don't know this because you're a kid, but the biggest days in the mail coming to your house when we were young was Sporting News and Sports Illustrated.
Wow.
I mean,
March 17th, 1886.
God, that's even older than I am.
A little bit, yeah. We won't say how much, but it is
all right.
It is confirmed older than both
all
of us.
All right. Coming up in just a few minutes, our pal Caroline Makowskis will join us from the. Why do I have to say her name like that all the time? Makowskis. Because you know why? It just hit me. It sounds like an athlete. I don't know if it's a baseball player or what would it be?
It's close, like Mike Moustakis is close to.
Yeah. Now, great. Now that's the
that's
thank
gonna
you
be.
for that.
I should have done that.
No, but it's like Makowskis.
Yes, I could see
That's a basketball player hitting a three.
Yeah.
Okay. Right before bang.
Yeah, Kevin Harlan. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he'd love that name.
She's going to love this because we're going to say that to her when she comes on. She's going to join us. We're going to talk about this great girls' Sweet 16 that just wrapped up across the street at Rupp Arena. Don't forget, this Wednesday, it's the boys' Sweet 16. Greatest high school tournament in the country, period. No question about it. And at 5:30, Ravi Moss will join us, and we'll talk in more depth about the Wildcats, the seed. Everybody thought they were going to get a 7 seed, and that's what they got. We'll talk to Ravi about his thoughts on Santa Clara and Iowa State, and is there any way we can get to the Sweet 16? And I don't just mean, well, of course, they have a chance to win that. But you do the impression.
Well, no, yeah, this is Kentucky. Of course they got a chance.
There you go.
Iowa State's going to lose first round. I did see on here I just looked for random teams that you don't normally see.
Yeah.
Hawaii is in the tournament. First time in a decade.
And I am efforting to get our friend Eric Matthews this week. Eric is a big shot at the university. He's an associate athletic director now, I think. And the sports information director at the University of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Eric, who I mentored here. Actually, Eric's the guy that got me, made me get on Twitter.
Yeah.
He was producing, I think he was like 25, or he was young. You got to do it. You got to get on. When I started Backspin Golf.
Yeah.
A few years ago, and now I don't know, 8 years ago.
It's been a while.
Anyway, I'm going to try to get Eric on. It's so great for them. It's a big deal when your school makes the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, especially, I'm looking, they've made it in 72, 94, 2001, 2002, 2016, and this year. So this is like
10 years ago. This is a huge deal. And not only are they in the tournament, they live in Hawaii.
Yeah. And they get to beat Cal and Arkansas in the first round.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be something? I don't know. I don't know if
they're
that's
not in the same
happen.
region as Kentucky, so we don't got to worry about it. Till the Elite Eight, we might be, or Final Four, we can meet up with them.
We could, yeah. Kentucky, Hawaii in
just
the Final
like everyone.
Four. That's what I'm going to fill out a bracket.
Remember a couple years ago, FAU, Miami, San Diego State. We've seen crazier things.
Just like we predict.
I mean,
all right. That's it for our number one, Carolyn Makowskis. Now I have to say it that way. When we get back, CSPN 92.5 and 1300 AM.
Brought to you by Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
There's an accident on Broadway at Pasadena Drive. Other than that, things are looking pretty good out there.
Brought to you by Hickson Funson. HonestFearless.com. 859-777-7000.
TikTok, your car buying experience just got easier and faster. At Cartown Kia, our 15-minute guarantee means no waiting around, no awkward silence, just great deals.
Like driving home the bold design of new 2026 Kia Sportage for just $239 a month.
Just fast, transparent price and payment, whether you're shopping from the couch or the showroom. Big savings happen fast at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2026 Kia Sportage all-wheel drive. Stock number 46500. $239 per month. $39.99 to signing. 21 months, 10,000 miles per year. Plus tax, title, license, doc, and acquisition fees with approved credit. See dealer for details. Good through Kia Motors Finance. Offer expires March 31st, 2026.
At Mashney Law, we protect your rights and defend your future. Whether it's a misdemeanor or serious felony, the government's working toward a conviction. Let's start preparing your defense. Give us a call at 859-484-8775 or schedule a free case evaluation at kycriminaldefense.com.
Hey y'all, it's Josh
and Greg from Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
You know, we've heard other firms are soliciting folks out of the blue after an accident, but if that happens to you, hang up or run away.
At Hicks and Funson, we are by the book. We don't chase ambulances or clients.
So if your family has suffered a wrongful death, or if you've been injured in a car crash, dog bite, fall, nursing home negligence, or due to medical malpractice, contact us.
Call 859-777-7000 or visit honestfearless.com for a free consultation.
No gimmicks, just results.
Kick off March Madness Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th with ESPN Radio at the Embassy Suites by Hilton behind Lexington Green. Join Matthew Lawrence, Jimmy Phillips, Alan Cutler, and Brad Taylor as they dive into the tournament and give some insight into their brackets. Plan early to be at Embassy Suites Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th from 9 to noon for all the March Madness fun. Great food, drinks, and lots of prizes, including your shot at Journey tickets, overnight stays at the Embassy Suites, and $50 gift cards to their restaurant, Hoop and Barrel. It's March Madness at the Embassy Suites by Hilton at Lexington Green.
Tonight's set list: leak repair, roof tune-up, and don't fear the drizzle.
Encore, a free estimate.
Rock your roof with the local legends. Primetime Roofing and Contracting. 859-595-2940.
How we get there in the new year matters. Start your journey in a new Audi from Audi Lexington.
Upgrade your power and performance with 2026 Audi A6 at just 3.99 financing. Or drive home the 2025 Audi Q5 for just 2.99% financing. Or save more with 2.99 financing on 2025 Audi A5.
Start your journey here at Audi Lexington and AudiLexington.com.
2026 Audi A6 sedan Quattro 3.99% APR for 72 months. $50.64 per thousand finance. 2025 Q5 Quattro 3.99% APR for 72 months. $50.19 per thousand finance. 2025 A5 Quattro 2.99% APR for 72 months. $14.75 per thousand finance. Not all will qualify, subject to credit approval by Wells Fargo. Offer ends 3/31/2026.
Save big money now at Menards. Stand up to life's messes with Great Lakes Vinyl Plank Flooring. Its beautiful wood designs are durable and easy to install. Plus, it's pet-friendly, waterproof, and has a sound-reducing attached pad for added comfort. Don't wait to finish your projects. Update your spaces with Great Lakes Legends Vinyl Plank Flooring. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Come on, Liam, let's go! Get open! Come on, go for it! Wake up! Wake up, Liam! Oh, come on, use your head! Gotta want it! Dominate!
There he goes again. Liam's dad yelling from the stands, trying to relive his glory days.
I know. We're just trying to have fun out here and play with our friends. Like, it's not that deep.
He seriously needs to get a grip.
Does he really think he's helping Liam play better?
I feel bad for Liam. I know he's embarrassed his dad ruins every game like this. I mean, I would be too.
Someone needs to tell him this isn't about him.
Yeah, stop trying to coach from the stands and just cheer.
That's what Liam wants.
That's what we all want.
Be your student's biggest fan, not their biggest critic. Brought to you by
My department isn't the biggest in school. You know what is? Athletics. And it's the athletic administrator who makes it all happen. So while you're thanking me for all that I do, thank them too. They deserve it.
this message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
When faced with complex challenges, there are people who come together to solve problems and transform lives. We are Rotary. We're committed to causes that improve lives everywhere. Learn more at rotary.org/action.
March is here, and Clark's Pump and Shop has the game-winning specials to keep you fueled all month long. Whether you're hitting the road to catch a game or hosting a watch party, we've got unbeatable monthly deals. Stop in and pick up assorted M&M or Twix share-size candy bars, 2 for $4, and Mike and Ike's or Hot Tamales stand-up bags, 2 for $7. This March, make every stop a winner at Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
No matter the season or the occasion, there's one constant in Lexington. The best food, the best atmosphere, the best service is at Tony's Steaks and Seafood. And as Tony's mom always said, there's always room for one more at our table. Come see why Tony's of Lexington is the very best.
W223CV Lexington. ESPN Sports Radio 1300 and 92.5. WLXG Lexington, an LM Communications broadcasting station. It's time for the Wildcat Drive on ESPN 92.5 and 1300. Call or text us at 859-381-1313. Now here's Matthew and Jimmy.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of Wildcat Drive. That was a very spirited first hour we had. Speaking of spirit, Jimmy, school spirit. It's a good segue, isn't it?
Yes.
I said earlier when we were talking about Caroline joining us, there is nothing like the Sweet 16 at Rupp Arena in high school basketball. Anywhere. It's the best high school championship tournament anywhere in this country, period. And we're very thankful we have somebody to cover it for us that we enjoy as much as Carolyn. Oh, I'll say it regularly. And then Carolyn Makauskas of our Herald Leader in Kentucky.com to go through the middle of what happened. Hi there.
Hi. How are you guys today?
We're doing okay. Here's what Jimmy and I were laughing at. When I was talking about you joining us today, for some reason, your last name became, to me, like a great athlete's name. That, for example, what did we say? Baseball? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Like this, Caroline. Here, this is what I did. Makauskas! How was that?
Yeah. That's great.
Matthew's
I
going
love
to follow
that.
you around in whatever room you walk into. He's just going to announce it just like that.
This is what I need. Talk about a confidence booster. Makes me feel like I'm in a movie.
Yeah. It's like you just hit a grand slam, or even better, we thought maybe in basketball, after you hit a logo 3, like Mike
Absolutely
would be calling it Makauskas. Yeah, we like that. Okay, we'll do that.
I bet throw me in the category of basketball players with great Lithuanian names who could shoot the lights out of the basketball.
There you go.
That's Caroline.
There you go.
Yeah.
From now on. All right. Here's where I want to start with you. Going into last Wednesday, say, before the first game of the Sweet 16, what were your thoughts? Did you have, because you covering this, did you have any thoughts about who might win this tournament or who was the favorite to you?
Yes, I do have a point of clarification. I did not cover the girls' Sweet 16 this year, but I did have my predictions.
You did.
And it was ultimately, I said it's either going to be Assumption or it's going to be George Rogers Clark. Of course, these are the teams that made it all the way. But we're kind of in a new era for girls high school basketball in the state of Kentucky. For the last, it feels like, 10 years, but really the last 5 or 6, Sacred Heart has been the name on everyone's mind. But things change, and there's always room for new champions and maybe new dynasties. And Assumption and GRC are two teams that individually have been building, especially GRC, for quite some time. You know, it was just a lot of they get close, they get close, they get close, but they can't finish it off and win the whole thing. So it was one of those things that it felt like any year now. You know, Robbie Graham does such a great job over there. There's an endless group of talent going through there for the Cardinals, and it was really cool to see some new names etch their school into history for our state.
You know, I've been following George Rogers Clark all year because I'm not really sure why, but at the beginning of the season, I saw a tweet about Kennedy Stamper of George Rogers Clark. And then I watched a video of her playing, and I loved the way she played. And she turned out to be a big deal and a big reason why GRC won this championship. Their coach is amazing. We all have. We've seen videos of him and the way he is with his team. It's just a great story to me when thinking about high school basketball.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I'm glad that you brought up Kennedy Stamper because, you know, she had 2 plays in the last, minute of the first half that I thought really changed the trajectory of that state championship game. Her energy, always unbelievable. She plays with such grit. She loves the game so much. And then, of course, T. Yeast taking care of business for GRC. And it was a special game. It was a special year.
Yeah. And by the way, she's going to be playing at Cincinnati next year. So good for her. Good for all of them, really.
That's so awesome. Yeah.
And we have, of course, Wednesday, we got the boys' Sweet 16 coming up, and who knows what heroes will emerge from this week over at Rupp. There are some really interesting things on your great Twitter account. And there are different things going on here about can you talk to us a little about the NCAA tournament and the brackets now, and specifically the, I believe, 5th seeded Kentucky Wildcat women, right?
That's right, 5 seed. This was always going to be a bit of an interesting race to the postseason for Kentucky. Obviously, the SEC has positioned itself as one of 2, if not the best conference in the country. And they had a period beginning in January where they went 6 games without Tiani Key, and they lost games, a few by pretty narrow margins, a few others that they just really should not have lost, even without Tiani Key healthy. And they probably needed to beat South Carolina in order to hit that 4 line and get hosting privileges for the opening weekend. But, you know, they won 2 games, and West Virginia's winning of the Big 12 really kind of sealed it for them. But, I mean, a 5 seed knocked Kentucky out of the tournament last year in Kansas State. A 5 seed knocked out Virginia Tech the year before in Brooks' final season, in Baylor at Virginia Tech. So do you need the home court advantage? No.
How about, and just funny how the way things work, where Kentucky isn't a 4 seed, they're now a 5 seed, and who are they
playing?
The alma mater of head coach Kenny Brooks. He played basketball at JMU. He coached at JMU. So just, it's like, and you see these storylines and, you know, both the men's and the women's side, but isn't it funny how that works with just the chances of this matchup happening? And it's got to be a cool, kind of one of those bittersweet things for Kenny Brooks, where obviously he wants to go in and dominate his alma mater, but that's got to be, for a moment, he had to just sit back and go, how about this? This is a pretty cool moment to be a part of.
I asked him about this yesterday, and he gave me an answer I was a bit surprised by. He said that, it's been so many years since he's been there. He doesn't know as many people over there anymore. So to him, it kind of feels just like any other game. And I was like, man, you're the winningest coach in the history of that program. You were there almost 15 years. But hey, they've been waiting for their next opponent, and here they are in the Sun Belt Conference champions, or the tournament champions, rather.
Yeah, and it's got to be one, too. And you're right. With him, he hasn't been there in a decade. So there are some different faces and names there. But for JMU, that's got to give them some extra motivation. Hey, we're going up against, former head coach of our school. He played here, all that. So there's definitely going to be some extra things at stake in this game. Obviously, it's the tournament. There's a lot at stake. But it's got to give them a little bit extra juice, too.
I would imagine. And even at the bottom of James Madison's press release for the game, hey, we drew the 12 seed, we're playing Kentucky. It mentions that Kentucky is coached by Brooks, the all-time winningest coach in JMU program history. So everyone knows that there's history there. Everyone is kind of excited about the coincidence of it all. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how it plays out.
I just saw on your Twitter account, and by the way, everybody, if you're not following Caroline, you should, at C. Makauskas, Makauskas, is how you can find her on Twitter. This is only Corey, this is from Corey Price. It's the 5th time that the women's team had a higher seed than the men's team. I think that's pretty interesting here at Kentucky.
I think so, too. I mean, this is a university where historically men's basketball has been king, not just when talking about college basketball, men's and women's, but pretty much all sports on campus. When you think of the University of Kentucky, you think of the winning tradition of the men's basketball program. And that's not to say that the women's program has not had some great moments. I mean, they were regulars in the Elite Eight for a while under Matthew Mitchell. But it is sort of a turning point, at least on the women's side, leveling up, trying to achieve, the kind of momentum that pushes you into elite status, that makes you a national champion contender, that puts you in contention regularly for an SEC championship, for an SEC tournament championship. And it just so happens that, Kenny Brooks is really kind of cooking early on in his tenure. But that doesn't take away from the history of success for either program, of course.
Yeah. And we love Coach Brooks, and we can't wait to see how they do. The first round, Saturday, they play at 2:30 on ESPNU against James Madison. And we certainly will be there. I don't know. Is there any other basketball on this week? Those cartoons where your eyes are spinning in circles? I think that's how all of us are going to be. Because those first 4 days of both tournaments are really something. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We'll catch up. I hope we can talk to you as we go through this tournament. You're a great one. We love having you on. Thanks, Caroline.
I'd love that. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one.
You too.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Makauskas.
By the way, Kenny Brooks, all of that, and he's in the Hall of Fame at JMU too. So maybe to him it's just a normal thing, but maybe that's just the politically correct coach answer. Yeah. Like, hey, this is just it's another game. We got to win to advance. Yeah.
But you could hear from when she was telling about that how shocked she was.
Yeah, everyone
that's was. Not an answer you would expect.
No, it doesn't matter if you've been gone 10, 15, 20. That. You're in the Hall of Fame. It's not like you took a stop there as an assistant.
Here's what we'll wait for. After the game, hopefully our UK women will win that game. And then in the post game, he'll say,
yeah, sure.
Of course, it means something to me.
Like I could see this not being the same thing for, like, say, Herb Sendak. He was here for 4 years, and it's also been 35 years since. So, like, to him, it's not that big. And he was an assistant.
Right. No, this is a different ball game.
Yeah.
Get it?
Oh, ball game. Basketball.
I'm on top of this whole tournament thing here.
Some breaking news. It's really snowing outside. Matthew and I were just distracted.
Some breaking weather
And on
news.
the other side of the building, it's blue skies. But it was coming down sideways, these flurries.
And
flurries.
right at our window on Algonquin Street here, it still is. And literally, I'm pointing. Can all the people see it, you think, where I'm pointing? To my left and Jimmy's right where we're sitting, there are blue skies and breaks in the clouds.
What the hell's going on?
This is everywhere.
Yeah.
This is everywhere. My brother in Myrtle Beach tonight is going to have 50-mile-an-hour winds, and it's going to be 31 degrees, and it's just everywhere. The weather is insane. Well, it's March. That's what everybody says. It's March.
As John Rothstein said, it's not anarchy. It's just March.
Wow.
It applies to weather.
Who said
too.
that?
I believe John Rothstein. He's the one who's kind of made it popular.
Huh. I don't even know who that is.
College basketball.
John Rothstein. Huh. Okay.
Yeah. It's just something.
It's good. I'm not saying.
The quote gets thrown around the first upset.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the quote. I'm just saying, and I apologize to John.
I don't know if he created it.
But we're shouting out John anyway.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll come back. Again, don't forget, Wednesday, 4:30, right here on Wildcat Drive, Dr. Eli Capilouto will be in our studio with me and Jimmy and Lynn Martin, the owner of our LM Communications Media Group, for a chat. We're going to have a chat with Dr. Capilouto, and we can't wait. Really can't wait. Text us, 859-381-1313, a question that if you could sit here with Dr. Capilouto, what would you ask him? Be respectful, people. But seriously, what are you interested in hearing him talk about? I think that's a pretty good way to say it. All right, we'll be back. It's ESPN 92.5 and 1300 AM.
Kick off March Madness Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th with ESPN Radio at the Embassy Suites by Hilton behind Lexington Green. Join Matthew Lawrence, Jimmy Phillips, Alan Cutler, and Brad Taylor as they dive into the tournament and give some insight into their brackets. Plan early to be at Embassy Suites Thursday and Friday, March 19th and 20th from 9 to noon for all the March Madness fun. Great food, drinks, and lots of prizes, including your shot at Journey tickets, overnight stays at the Embassy Suites, and $50 gift cards to their restaurant, Hoop and Barrel. It's March Madness at the Embassy Suites by Hilton at Lexington Green. Houchins Insurance Group is proud to partner with Auto Owners Insurance, a company that provides opportunity for independent agents to make insurance simple for their clients, offering risk management services that range from a renter's policy for your college student to home and auto coverage for your entire family. Houchins Insurance Group assures you that nobody works harder to keep you protected from life's uncertainties. Reach out to AJ Boss or Zach Bennett at 859-263-2771 to see if Auto Owners Insurance makes sense for you.
It's March, and that means it's a perfect time to start betting with Circa Sports Kentucky. As you're looking to bet through the mayhem, Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. High betting limits, player-friendly pricing, plus a new enhanced in-game system so you can place the bets you want from tip to buzzer. Don't forget you can visit Kentucky's largest sports book, Circa Sports, at the Mint Gaming Hall, Kentucky Downs. Download the Circa Sports app or visit circasports.com today.
Ever heard a roof rock harder than Zeppelin?
Primetime roofing, baby. We nail it loud and proud.
Your roof deserves a headliner, not a garage band. Call Primetime Roofing, 859-595-2940.
Spring brings carpenter bees, ants, mice, and unwanted insects. No one wants bugs around the back door, windows, and definitely not on their counters. Call us at Truly Nolan today for a free home inspection. We want to keep you truly protected. 859-277-0716.
TikTok, your car buying experience just got easier and faster. At Cartown Kia, our 15-minute guarantee means no waiting around, no awkward silence, just great deals.
Like driving home the bold design of new 2026 Kia Sportage for just $239 a month.
Just fast, transparent price and payment, whether you're shopping from the couch or the showroom. Big savings happen fast at Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
2026 Kia Sportage all-wheel drive. Stock number 46500. $239 per month. $39.99 to signing. 24 months. 10,000 miles per year. Plus tax, title, license, doc, and acquisition fees with approved credit. See dealer for details. Good through Kia Motors Finance. Offer expires March 31st, 2026.
When you first bought your house, all you saw was a home. You weren't thinking it would be the key to a backyard pool or a chance to see the world. You weren't thinking of using it to pay for college or finance a whole dream wedding. Back then, it was just 4 walls. But now, it's time to start asking, what could your home be doing for you? A home equity line of credit from Commonwealth Credit Union can unlock your home's potential. Visit ccuky.org/home equity to learn more. Equal housing opportunity. All loans subject to approval. Call us at 1-800-228-6420 for details about terms and conditions.
Listen to the Alan Cutler Show weekdays noon to 2 on ESPN 92.5 and 1300 AM and on the ESPN Lexington app. Kentucky sports live and local. This is Wildcat Drive with Matthew and Jimmy.
I love this song. You don't even know what it is.
No, I don't.
Cinnamon Girl by Neil Young.
Ah, Cinnamon Girl.
What it is.
I was going Brown Sugar, was my guess.
No, it wasn't.
Brown Sugar Lady would have been my go.
Don't get into the habit of telling fibs. You have a young daughter now that you have to just be careful.
Oh, that's true, yeah. I forget.
Already? You're forgetting?
No, I forget that
it's
I got it.
It's been 4 days.
No, that I got to,
Oh.
I can't be.
Rein it in.
Yeah, I got to rein it in.
All right. Ravi Moss is going to join us at 5:30, and we'll get into this UK seeding and who we're playing and where we are and all of that stuff with him. We got a couple of other things to talk about here on Wildcat Drive. Meanwhile, you want to know how important college basketball is right now? We have not said one word about the NFL. Not one.
How about that?
Not Thursday, not Friday, not today yet. That tells you all you need to know. We haven't said anything about the USA team beating the Dominican 2-1.
Yeah.
Yesterday in the WBC. Once again, the umpires, the talk after the game was how bad. Do you know what I heard yesterday, too? Because they're playing in these ballparks, they don't have the ability to question balls and strikes.
Which is so stupid.
Do you know why that is?
I don't.
Even at these ballparks that have the technology available. Because throughout the beginning of the World Baseball Classic, they were playing in stadia, the plural of stadium, in places like Puerto Rico and different places that were not equipped with it. And so if two teams were in a ballpark where they didn't have it, no ballpark could use it.
I guess in that sense.
There are a lot of people who think that argument is absurd.
It's not. What did
I am one of them.
Did they have no notice that this was happening? They could have gone there and.
That's number one. Like Major League Baseball doesn't have enough money to make sure every ballpark they were using, they would be able to use that. Yeah. That pitch to Juan Soto was a foot below the strike zone.
But the umpire
was
was calling it that all game, which again, that doesn't. It's consistent, but it's consistently horrible.
Yeah.
Also, this stat on Mason Miller. Hitters are 0-50, 0 for 50 with 39 Ks against Mason Miller since September 8th.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who does he play for?
Padres, formerly the Athletics.
He'd look good in pinstripes. Anyway.
They had their chance.
Anyway.
That's a wild stat.
Yeah. Holy
0 for
cow.
50, 39 strikeouts.
Yeah, but the Padres didn't play anybody.
Yeah.
That's the
world champion.
You know, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, so we're not talking about the NFL. We talked about the WBC for a second. Jimmy brought up a good one. How about that field, the court that with the LED?
Yeah, it's cool. It's glass.
Court.
But it's going to feel and look just like
and they could
wood.
change it, and it's going to.
Yeah, there's no different, is what we were told. There's no difference in the classic hardwood and this new glass LED floor, right?
Where is it?
It's in the trash now.
No, that's not.
It's the Big 12.
Okay. It's in the trash. Where they played the Big 12 tournament. And guys were slipping all over the place, and finally somebody, an important player, got hurt, slipped, and you could see when I saw the highlight, I went, oh. He pulled a groin.
Yeah. One of these comments says, fans, we want fair officiating, Big 12. How about a glass court that explodes after a dunk? This is what we get in all sports. Hey, we want this. Have you thought about this? Drones on an NFL field.
There you go.
No, that's not.
There you go.
What's the catch?
Right.
That's what we want.
Right. Perfect. So the good news is the Big 12 went, okay, maybe we went a little too far. And they put down a regular floor, except it's the ugliest floor in college basketball.
Yeah.
It's this gray, it's gross.
With a bunch of, like, weird angle.
Weird. I said to Jimmy, what about, like, floor that looks like hardwood, like a real basketball court?
Yeah.
What about one of those?
It's too plain. People don't want it. That's what's going to get eyes.
New generation.
Yeah.
The young fans don't want
People
that.
Weren't going to tune in to the Big 12 championship or the Big 12 tournament, but because it's cool floor, 75 million people are going to watch every single minute.
Good point.
It's what all those people in those boardrooms, that's what they come up with. It's what we get. Yeah.
BORED rooms?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else before we get Ravi Moss? Of the 167 seeds, Jimmy came up with this, in March Madness since 1985, 98 of 160 advanced to the round of 32. That's not that
61%.
great.
That's not.
29 advanced to the Sweet 16. 10 advanced to the Elite 8. And 3 advanced to the Final Four. 2014 UConn, 2015 Michigan State, 2017 South Carolina. And 1 out of 160 won the national title, UConn in 2014. Huh. So that's where we are.
That was the Shabazz Napier team. I was thinking, no, Kemba was way before that.
No.
I was in high school with Kemba.
Yeah, so we have a 61.3% chance of getting to the next round if you go by history.
But again, you can use that, but it's like
it's like I always say, these teams are different.
What do any of those 7 seeds have to do?
Why did Jimmy put this on the show prep notes? Ridiculous.
We need fodder to talk about. We have 5 days till this game.
That's exactly what it was, fodder. All right, we're going to get Ravi Moss. And we're going to have a few minutes at the end, and we'll talk a little about Santa Clara, Herb Sendek's team that we're going to play in St. Louis on Friday at 12:15. Don't forget, if you're just turning the radio on in your car, Wednesday, 4:30, Dr. Eli Capilouto will be in our studio speaking with me and Jimmy and Lynn Martin. Text us a question you might like to ask him. 859-381-1313. This is ESPN 92.5 and 1300 AM.
Brought to you by Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
There's an accident on Broadway at Pasadena Drive. Other than that, things are looking pretty good out there.
Brought to you by Hickson Funson, honestfearless.com, 859-777.
Defense, Lexington's premier defense firm. We bring award-winning experience, courtroom grit, and trial-tested results to every case. Our tailored strategies are designed to protect what matters most, your future. Call 859-484-8775 or visit kycriminaldefense.com for your free case evaluation. Mashney Law, protecting your rights and defending your future.
Your local volunteer fire department desperately needs you. Can you direct traffic, install a smoke alarm, help at fundraisers? Then your community could use your help. You don't have to fight fire to be a volunteer. Visit volunteerfirefighteralliance.org.
Brad Taylor, ESPN Radio. Want to win a trip to Las Vegas? All you got to do is beat Brad's brackets. Go to ESPNLex.com after the brackets are announced and fill out your bracket. If your bracket beats my bracket, you're in the running for a 3-night getaway to the Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas. The prize includes a $500 airline gift card, luxury airport limo service, a day bed at Stadium Swim, and drink vouchers at Legacy Club. Beat Brad's brackets, win Las Vegas. For rules, go to ESPNLex.com.
I need to be on the other side.
You're locked into the Wildcat Drive on ESPN Radio 92.5 at 1300 with Matthew and Jimmy.
Welcome back, or welcome in. If you are just joining us and missed the first, hour and a half of Wildcat Drive, it was spectacular. And it's about to get even more spectacular.
That's right.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we are about to be joined by our buddy, my favorite, University of Kentucky basketball player, Ravi Moss. Talk a little bit about the Wildcats and the easy road they face in the NCAA tournament. Hello, Ravi.
How we doing, man? What's going on?
Oh, you're laughing already? Okay.
Yeah. Early.
Oh, okay. All right. So, a 7 seed is pretty much what everybody predicted for the Cats, and that's what we got. And now we got to play Santa Clara, who is, Jimmy and I were talking, all these people are already talking about, I don't think Kentucky can beat Santa Clara. Is that what you're hearing too?
I hear a lot of upsets. People picking Santa Clara over UK. That's what I'm hearing. A lot of it. A lot.
Oh boy. A lot.
And
did they tell you why?
Yeah, like as a former Kentucky player and a fan of Kentucky basketball, how does that make you feel? Does it make you feel more at ease? Because we know the trendy, popular, sexy upset picks, normally those don't hit because everyone's on it. Does it change the way you feel about the game?
No, not really. To be honest, I am still a little nervous. I'm a little concerned. But listen, the only easy games are the 116. That's the only real easy game you get. 215 can sometimes be a challenge, but other than those, 8 or whatever games that is, however many games that is, all the rest of them are going to be good games. So Santa Clara is a solid basketball team. I do feel like, getting Cam back helps out a lot. I feel like that makes us a lot more dynamic than we were without him. But I think we should be able to take care of business on the first day. Iowa State is really, really good. So if they get by Tennessee State, we got our hands full to get to the next weekend. So it's gonna be a big weekend starting on Friday. We're gonna have to take care of business, but I do think it can be done.
Here's what I was just thinking, Rob. So in the SEC tournament, before the tournament started, I think a lot of people, I know I did, and I think you did too. I thought we would win those first 2 games and then lose to Florida. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. And I wish we had beaten Florida, but I was kind of okay with that. This one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, that's what I thought too. I mean, we talked about that. We'll win the first 2, and then we're going to lose to Florida. Yeah.
Right. And this now, I feel like we're going to beat Santa Clara, although it's not a given. I think we're going to beat them. And then, like everybody else, I think we'd have to really play a perfect game to beat Iowa State because they are really good. But if that's what happens, how do we feel? Do we feel like, well, if we had one more games, we wouldn't be playing them in the second round? Is that what we feel?
No.
Oh, okay.
I feel like once you get into the tournament, you're there. It is what it is. You get your seed. You got to play. All it is about beating whoever's in front of you that day. And we're going to have to beat Santa Clara first, and then more than likely Iowa State. Iowa State's a really, really tough draw for us because they have that guard. I think it's like 6'5" or 6'6". He's super long. What's his name? Killian Torrey, I think his name. Torrey, isn't that his name? Iowa State has a guard that's super long, super athletic, and he does a great job. 6'3", but he's got like a 6'5" or 6'6" wingspan, I think. Does a really, really good job of pressuring point guards on the other team. Like, Iowa State makes life miserable for point guards. And what we've been talking about all year, our point guard play is what is the most questionable when it comes to the depth of it and the experience of that, other than Aberdeen, obviously, who we have, a national champion. But, yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself by talking about Iowa State in the first place, though. You're right. Santa Clara's first on the list. You got to win that game. So let me just chill and focus on beating Santa Clara. That's what we have to do.
With the matchup against Santa Clara, I mean, they're a team, they like to run fast. They like to jack up a lot of threes. Just matchup-wise, how do you think this particular Kentucky team fits with the Santa Clara in the first round?
Man, it depends on how we're shooting. You know what I mean? Some days when we're making shots, we're pretty good. But this team has struggled to shoot the basketball consistently from deep. And a team that can score points, Santa Clara can score some points. Can they defend us inside? Can we slow the game down and make it the game that at our pace and play the way that we want to play? I hope so, but I don't know. We haven't really established our true identity yet. And I say yet, and the season, we're in March and in the tournament. So I guess since we really don't have an identity per se, it makes everyone a little bit more nervous and more anxious about this game. But the bottom line is I feel like our guys should be better than their guys. And we should win the game. That's the way that I feel. So I don't know if that's going to pan out. I don't know if it's going to play out. But I do think top to bottom our roster is better, and we should have enough in the tank to take care of.
It is Nate Heisey, by the way, is the guard you were thinking of, and he's a handful, that guy. But that's Iowa State, as you said.
Iowa State. That's too far. It's too far.
Okay. All right. What, as somebody who's been through this before, and we're going to St. Louis, any idea what the next couple days are for the team? Like, will they be going to St. Louis tomorrow or Wednesday?
Yeah, you go early. We got the Friday game, though. Yeah, we got the Friday game.
Friday at 12:15.
So you leave. I believe you leave Wednesday. You get in. You have shoot around and all the the public practice on Thursday. And then you get ready to play Friday. So week it's just tuning up, man. Everybody's getting ready, getting focused. Practice is light today. It should be. I would think it's going to be light today. And everybody's just kind of locking in, trying to get ready and get their mind right.
Do you think that there's anything to the fact that this will be a 9:15 local time start for Santa Clara, or do you think because this is the NCAA tournament, it's March, it's a do or die go home game, does that play into anything with that to where they could have a slow start, or I don't know if that's more something that when you look at, like, say, an NFL game where it's a bunch of 30-year-olds.
I was about to say, man. Yeah. I was about to say, listen, my brother works for the Niners, so I know about the East Coast, West Coast to East Coast swing and the time change and the differences that there are. But that's for, like you said, that's for 28 and 30-year-old men that are out there banging against each other in a very, very different kind of way. These 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, and 20-year-olds, I think they'll be just fine. And listen, Kentucky is Kentucky, and Santa Clara doesn't get the opportunity to play a team like Kentucky very often. So I guarantee you they are jacked up, revved up, and ready to go because all those players are ready to get some tape what they did against Kentucky for wherever they're going after this. So I don't think the time change is going to affect them. If anything, they're going to be more amped up and more hyped and ready to go. I just hope that we are ready to play with the early start because a 12 o'clock start is earlier than we're used to. So let's hope that we're ready to go.
So although we did have 12 o'clock starts basically 3 days in a row for the turn and sessions.
That's very true. Very true.
Here, I said this earlier. Every 3 different shows I watched this morning, the guys picked Santa Clara to beat Kentucky. We got bulletin board. Now they're going to say, no, we didn't hear that or we don't care. But they hear that stuff, especially when it's Sports Center or those shows. Good bulletin board material again, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, let's hope we take it the right way. It's about some pride at this point in time. You got the Santa Clara supposed to be Kentucky. Come on, man. That's not the way things work. That's not the way it works in this world. That's not the way it operates. So we hopefully have that mindset and be like, there's no way in the world we're going to lose to Santa Clara, and we're going to make sure of that. So we'll see what happens. It's a tournament. Crazy things happen in the tournament. You never know how it's going to go. But I hope that our guys are going to be jacked up and ready to play. I don't mind losing. If we lose to, a team that played better and we played the best that we could and we were ready to go. But at this time of year, there's no reason to come out with slow starts like we've had, in the past. There's no reason for us not to be focused and locked in. So there's no excuses at this point. All it is basketball. We've done it all year. We know who we are. We got to figure it out and get a win. That's all we got to do. So I would love to see us get out of this weekend. If we can get out of this weekend, it'd be really, really good. Go get your book bag. But, it's a tough thing to do. It's a very, very tough thing to do.
All right. Well, this is No Excuse Ravi Moss joining us. We're always grateful. And I'm going to try to talk to you at the end of the week and see how we're feeling. Maybe on Friday morning we're doing the show. But thanks as always.
Oh, Friday morning. Okay. Oh, yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. And let's hope we get this done, boys. Let's hope we get it done.
Get it done. All right. See ya.
All right, man. Talk to you. Bye.
Bye. Ravi, No Excuse Moss.
That's right. I might have to have a conversation with Ravi about his brother working for my 49ers.
How, he said that, and I thought, how did we, of all the times that we've talked to him, I've known him for years.
What are the chances?
I'll call him. I'll find out what he does.
Yeah. Maybe his brother had a hand in Christian Kirk signing with the Niners today. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's not that big of a deal.
Who? What?
Christian Kirk, receiver.
Yeah.
Was on the Cardinals, then went to the Jags, then the Texans.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
Yeah.
That's all right. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's all right.
Did you see, we said we haven't said one word about the NFL. Did you see that Justin Fields, the Jets traded Justin Fields to the Chiefs?
Yeah, it's their franchise quarterback. They don't trust Mahomes. He's fallen off. He's done. He tore his ACL.
Really? Oh, I thought that was maybe another team.
Yeah, no, it's because the Jets are upgrading quarterback. Obviously, Geno Smith is there. So Justin Fields, alpha's in town. I got to get out.
So you think Justin Fields went to them and said, could you please trade me?
Yeah, I got to go somewhere where I feel like.
Trade me somewhere. So Justin Fields basically had, I don't know, feels like he's been around for a long time. Like 3 different teams. He's been the starter, and then all of a sudden he went, no.
Well, yeah, Geno gets traded, so he goes, I got to go somewhere where I can compete for the starting job. Send me to Kansas City.
No, what he's saying is I got to go somewhere where I can carry a clipboard.
And get a ring, potentially.
And there you go. All right. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, wrap it up. As we are one day closer to Wednesday, Dr. Eli Capilouto in our studio at 4:30 on Wednesday. ESPN 92.5. I don't know why I'm talking like this. And 1300 AM.
Brought to you by Hickson Funson, Kentucky Lawyers.
There's an accident on Broadway at Pasadena Drive. Other than that, things are looking pretty good out there.
Brought to you by Hickson Funson. HonestFearless.com. 859-777-7000.
Around here, our climate can be hard on batteries. To make sure this doesn't happen to you, power up at your local Ford store. Right now, text BATTERY to 97614 to get an instant $40 off the purchase of a Motorcraft battery, professionally installed by the experts who know your vehicle best.